I will first apologize. My voice is not good because I'm suffering from coronavirus. To start with, I'll just say, sir asked that in his lecture that what is TA. I'll just say, when there is a war, regular army, it is there, and when there is no war, it trains for the war. About TA, it is 24 into 7 into 365 days. It is there in the war, it trains for the war and also contributes for the national building. And coming from the organization, we were part of building the road, tunnels, the bridges and also the fence. That is the kind of work the BRO organization they undertake. I'll give you an example of my battalion. In the last 1 year, we have guarded road and tunnel worth 6,400 crores. That is the kind of contribution the TA is giving to the nation building. And regarding this leap that TA 2.0, from the conventional security duty, how the TA is going to modernize itself, how it is going to utilize the civil partnership, and that partnership, how it is going to enhance not only the TA itself in developing, but also as well as developing the nation's infrastructure and towards the national building.
Thank you, Sanjay. Can we have now Sri Rajkumar Ji, the Deputy Chief Security Commissioner, NFR. Now he is also been dealing with Territorial Army at a very close quarter. Can we have your perspective on this?
Respected Brigadier Major Mahati, Chief of Staff, distinguished panel members, officers, ladies and gentlemen, very good morning. At the outset, I would like to thank you for involving railways in this exchange of knowledge symposium. The topic of today's session, the evolution of Territorial Army, nation building beyond battlefields, is very pertinent to Indian Railways because of late the relationship between the defense preparedness and the national infrastructure is becoming all the more important. Traditionally, when we think of national security, we first think of securing our borders. But of late, the concept of national security has evolved much beyond that. As a nation, we have to ensure the proper connectivity, transportation, mobility, energy functions at all times, including at all times of crisis. Indian Railways is one such system which ensures the major critical infrastructure which should function at all times come what may. With its vast network, Indian Railways is not only a social or economic lifeline, but it is also a strategic national infrastructure capable of supporting mobilization, communication, relief, restoration, as well as national response during crisis. This becomes even more significant in the case of Northeast, where I am recently taken charge hardly a month ago. A lot of major infrastructure projects, especially rail projects, are being undertaken, in which TA is being associated. NFR, Northeast Frontier Railway Construction Organization, from where I belong to, is given the role of ensuring connectivity, rail connectivity, to the areas that because of due to difficult terrain and geographical isolation have been off the railway network for decades. Projects such as Jiribam Impal of Manipur, Dimapur Kohima projects of Nagaland, Bhairavi Sairang project of Mizoram, to name few, are not merely railway construction projects. They represent connectivity. These projects actually represent connectivity, economic integration, because these states have been isolated for decades due to geographical as well as n number of factors. So these railway projects not only represent a mere construction project, but a part of economic integration effort of a nation and a strategic mobility. Since due to geographical isolation, rail connectivity is utmost important for strategic mobility requirements. Apart from that, extension of national infrastructure previously to the areas which are hard to reach, so-called hard to reach. These projects are being executed in some of the country's most difficult terrains and at places which are complex security scenarios. This is where the contribution of Territorial Army had already demonstrated that concept of national building goes beyond battlefields. I mean to say, these are all not battlefields, but the association of Territorial Army has been long, and these efforts, these collaborations, these relationships have already demonstrated that the nation building goes beyond battlefields. On the Jiribam Impal project of Manipur, personnel from 119 Battalion of Assam regiments have been deployed in one of the toughest locations. I have visited the last 1 month. I have visited a number of remote locations. I am from Tamil Nadu. I work all over India, including starting from Hooghly, Western Railway, Gujarat. I have worked in Kolkata Metro. I have worked in Hyderabad. I have worked in Northern Railway. I have worked in Agra Division. But the conditions in which the Territorial Army personnel are deployed is really amazing, really very tough conditions. They are normally deployed in frontier areas in which no connectivity is there. Everyone should at least visit or given a demo or given a 3D tour of where the Territorial Army are actually working. Because when you see the conditions in which they are working, then only you will be able to really appreciate their contribution to the nation building. So I have visited 2-3 sites which have no connectivity. They have set up the camp. They are contributing silently to the nation building apart from battlefield. Apart from that, I have visited similarly in Nagaland. I have visited in places in which 107 Battalion of Territorial Army are deployed in Kafima, Sima and Zugsa. For railway engineers, private contractors and workers who are working in frontier projects in Northeast, in very isolated and very sensitive areas, TA's presence, Territorial Army's presence is not merely a physical security. I mean to say their presence does not to be construed simply as a physical security they are providing, but it provides confidence. It provides really, when you visit, you can feel the confidence in the workers in which Territorial Army are deployed or local police are deployed. Some areas local police are deployed for security, and some areas CRPF was deployed. Some areas RPS, a special force battalion of RPF is being deployed, and in certain places TA. So security of these construction projects is undertaken by 4 different organizations over Northeast. I am coordinating all those agencies. So I have personally visited and personally seen and personally interacted with the field staff, because the best judge of your outcome can be our railway engineers, contractors, workers who work. What is their confidence level? What environment Territorial Army has provided? Not just physical security. It has really boosted their confidence. If a Jawan of a Territorial Army stands there, I can feel the confidence with which the workers are working. So, Territorial Army is not merely providing physical security for railways. Apart from battlefield, it has boosted the confidence of railway engineers, workers, contractors. It has provided the continuity in the sense, lot of disturbances, insurgencies, mafia gangs used to extract, threaten contractors. So the presence of Territorial Army has provided a continuity of the effort of the nation building. So confidence, continuity, and an enabling environment. As a system, it has provided TA's presence in railway frontier contract projects, new line projects have provided an enabling environment in which our effort in furthering the national effort of providing mobility to remote areas is being conducted. That to my mind is a practical example of an evolving role of Territorial Army. Moving further, this relationship may further evolve further with multiple scenarios. The Territorial Army has always had a unique capability because I am a force member. We have a special force, two types of force. One is RPF, Railway Protection Force. One is a special force, Railway Protection Special Force, RPSF, which is trained to work in such a crisis-prone scenario on election, such as election duty, disturbance areas duty. They are trained. But I have listed two units of Territorial Army. They are far more professional, far more disciplined. In the sense, I can practically see what a military discipline is. Upon visiting a camp of a Territorial Army, I can literally see, even though it's very remote, the discipline of a military has percolated in the brains of each and every Jawan of a Territorial Army, which I can see. Head of the Territorial Army was a Subedar. Even a Subedar, presence of a Subedar or not, has not tarnished the discipline of a military training. So, Territorial Army has always possessed a unique advantage of connecting civilian professional capability along with the military discipline and preparedness. They are always prepared. They are always prepared to any scenario. Let it be snake bites. If you visit Kumsan, Tingao and Noni, their camps are invested in a lot of snakes. Normally Kashmir and I have not visited Kashmir and other frontier regions. But this part of Northeast is very dangerous and very challenging. So they are not demoted, not embarrassed, not demoted or not confronted by any set of threat. They are prepared for anything. So we as a force, we means RPF and Indian Railways. I had made a list of things which we should inculcate from Territorial Army. There should be a mutual exchange. We are also working for nation building. Everybody is part of the effort to make India a great nation. So, Territorial Army has a very much professional military preparedness and discipline. Railway resilience. Railway is a vast open area network. So, the resilience is very important. It depends on the ability to continue essential movement because we involve in movement of essential goods, be it commercial, consumer goods or strategic military assets. So continuity of the essential movement should be ensured. That marks the resilience. Another is absorption of disruption. Any disruption should be absorbed and it should resurge in shortest period of time. So resilience comprises of ensuring connectivity, absorption of disruption, and restore railway functionality at the shortest period of time. Yes. And this is practically where the Territorial Armies can serve as an effective bridge between India's critical civilian infrastructure and the military preparedness. So I will conclude by saying for Indian Railways, particularly northeast part of India, the partnership with the Territorial Army can make an important contribution to connectivity in peace, resilience in crisis, and national security at all times. Thank you. Jai Hind.